then we can like check it later. All right. So yeah, why a travel photography portfolio, right? So that's quite like an important question to know. Like, yeah, why should you make a travel photography portfolio? So yeah, here I found like some information about it. Of course, like your personal touch. So it's basically like a reflection of you, right, as a photographer. So you can make, yeah, you can have your own profile picture like on the website, or basically you can like choose your own work, right? That's quite important that you can like showcase it for like yeah, like your future maybe job or like freelance projects for companies, or even if you have your own company, then you can showcase the work with your clients. So that's actually the purpose of it. And it's also important to focus more on the quality. So let's say less pictures but more professional than like a lot of pictures and then a bit less professional. It's also important to tell a story and to have visual consistency. And that means that like if you have the pictures, that they kind of like overflow with each other and the same like the design of the portfolio. So it's just very friendly to watch it. And yeah, it's also important to think about your target, right? If you use it as a CV for a job, for a freelance project, or just to promote your own business. It's quite interesting, even if you have travel journalists that are into radio, videography, or writing, then it's also like, yeah, very useful basically to add like a picture of yourself so people see who you are. It feels, yeah, you can feel it a bit more, right, than only with text. And even like in your photography portfolio, what you can also do is like not only add pictures, but also video when you showcase how you shoot the pictures, for example. I think that's also very valuable nowadays. A lot of photographers also start like a YouTube channel and then they show back, yeah, basically backstage, how they edit the pictures, how they go to the client, how they set up the lights. And I think it can be quite cool to basically, yeah, showcase like your work, right? So yeah, like where do you create maybe like a portfolio is a good question, right? I think the easiest way is basically Canva. You have like many templates there. You can basically choose a template, upload your best pictures, and then yeah, you have a portfolio, right? You can like even download it to your desktop on the computer in PDF and then add it in an email when you pitch to companies or for a job or for projects, magazines. So that's actually how you can do it, the easiest way. Other ways, of course, yeah, you have LinkedIn, you have Instagram. Those are also your portfolios. YouTube, if you make also videos. Further, yeah, what do we have more? Like, yeah, I mentioned, oh yeah, WordPress. I think this one is the most important, like having your own website. Like when I had my journalism study, then they really focus on developing like your own website. You can create like an about page, showcase your work. I think that's very important. And then you share it also like on LinkedIn, Instagram. But yeah, nowadays you can choose yourself, right? Maybe your audience hangs out on Pinterest or TikTok, or maybe if you are into like politicians photography, right? In the politics, then maybe it's more X, for example. They hang out more there. So you need really to define well, like, yeah, where your audience hangs out. And of course, it's good to be everywhere, but it's nice to just focus on one or two platforms because otherwise you can get a bit overwhelmed. So yeah, personally, I really like, yeah, WordPress, like having your own website. LinkedIn, it's a bit more for the professional industry. And Instagram is very visual for pictures, and nowadays it's also reels. Sometimes you can just showcase pictures or backstage how you take pictures. So yeah, like also like good thing is to know like to have different shots. So imagine if you have your, yeah, travel photography portfolio and you only put pictures of the same landscape, very static, or the same items. Yeah, it can be a bit maybe boring, right? Maybe if it's like a specific niche or topic that you only focus, let's say, on silver spoons photography, then okay, then it's okay, right? But if you want to stand out, it's good to use different shots, different angles. Yeah, we discussed it during the previous session. So basically you can take POV shots, right? First person shots, drone shots, micro, macro, like zoom in, zoom out, close up, portraits, landscape, time lapse, like a lot of different ones. And it's always good to think about your brand, right? Who you are, what you do, your niche, the content, and your unique signature. With unique signature, I don't mean like the niche, but I mean like something that's like very unique to you as a travel photographer, travel journalist. So I mentioned also like 1 or 2 months ago, there was there is actually a Polish travel journalist that walks barefoot. He always has like a calabash with a bombilla and sips on yerba mate. So that's like his unique signature. It's very like you can just spot him directly. It's like Wojciech Cyrowski, for example. With the unique signature, it can be also a specific content that you create, right? That just, it stands out so much because it's so unique. So for example, we had another travel journalist like Martyna Wojciechowska, and she, for example, created like a whole reportage about like the albinos in, I think it was, I'm not sure which country, but I think in South Africa. So it was about like kind of a refugee orphanage center where the albino children were like protected because they used to be hunted down basically because of some ancient beliefs that albino parts gives you like special powers or something like that. So it was a very unique like story from her, and it was published in National Geographic. So definitely a must read. If you get the chance, check it out on Google. It's very interesting. So that's, for example, a very unique signature in content. And yeah, you can also have a very like specific like niche that you focus on. So that's also possible. For example, yeah, let's say with surfing as an example, right? Here we can see one surfer in Siargao. You can see a bit like his signature doing the shaka, right? Like without a t-shirt, very typical, right? Because he spends a lot on the beach and the sea. And yeah, surfboard on the background, so you can get that kind of feeling of his unique signature, right? So imagine there are a lot of surfers, so his niche is surfing. But yeah, if he wants to even zoom in more, then he can, for example, focus on surf repair or like on specific surfboards or specific region where he documents the surfers, right? So that's actually why it's very important to specialize and having your own unique signature. And I think it's not only in the travel journalism, but in a lot of industries nowadays. So here I will show you a little bit, yeah, when I went to the Philippines to document the Batak tribe, I will show you a little bit how I use different shots basically to make the travel reportage a bit more diverse. So here you can see like more a POV shot, right? From the first person in a tuk-tuk going to the, yeah, to start the expedition. This is more like a selfie, like with the driver. So you can also showcase yourself, right? In the basically backstage. Here you can see like kind of a follow shot that I'm following like the tour guides. You can see he has a t-shirt on his head to protect himself from the sun. There's a guide dog as well, and we are like crossing a small river. And then we arrive, yeah, in the camp of the Batak tribe. You can see some guard dogs as well there. So hopefully they will not attack the dog of the tour guides. And then as you can see, that's more like a landscape shot. And here then I focus more on like a close up to make it, yeah, more diverse, right? So you can see like that they hunted, I think, some animals, no idea what, but yeah, something with big teeth. So they put it like on a, yeah, on some wood, right, near the roof. I have no idea why, but yeah, I guess that was kind of like their trophy of hunting. It was very unique to take that picture. Here you see how they, yeah, put like some t-shirts to like to like make some a piece of wood more stable. And here you can see that I'm starting to document the people as well from like the Batak tribe. And as you can imagine, like some of them just don't wear clothes. So that's actually why I had the video as well on YouTube, but it got banned, unfortunately. So it's good to know that you should need to make it more blurry if you shoot like very like indigenous communities. So you want to showcase basically their lifestyle. And it's also always important to be ethical, right? By asking permission. As you can see a bit in her eyes that she gave me before permission. And it's not only verbal, sometimes it can be just like a nod, right? I'm sometimes showing my camera and is it like okay to take a picture? When they do like this, then I know I can shoot it. Only expected exception is when I see that they're doing something with their hands, then I first shoot and then yeah, I walk to them and show them like, hey, I took a picture of you, is that okay? And yeah, some of the members didn't want that I take a picture, but it was maybe like 10%. So then I respected them and didn't take the picture. But a lot of them were very friendly. Here you see a bit how they carry things with that kind of homemade backpacks from wood. And here you can get a bit the feeling how you diverse the shots, right? For your travel photography portfolio. So you can take more like close or from far away. This is like a very close up, right? Someone's doing something with the hands. It's more like a portrait. And also with portraits and shots of people, you can make it from far, from close, right? Only the hands, maybe only the dog you can photograph, or maybe only the canvas of the house. So then you get that kind of shot diversification. And here you can see a bit how they make like a handmade gun for hunting. I think they only had one kind of a rifle in the whole village, but they still hunt with other tools. You can see handmade clothes. They make it from some specific plants. Like the whole family, as you can see, it's quite unique to see a small boy not holding like a Game Boy or PlayStation, but like a machete, right? I mean, if I would give it to my younger brother when he was 8 years, my mother would kill me, right? It's not that normal in the Western world, but yeah, there they learn probably from a very young age how to make a campfire, how to cut wood with a machete. So it's very unique, I think, this picture. Here you can see actually when we arrived and we got invited to check a little bit what they eat. So they had some rice there cooked with some herbs. And here at the end, you can see how I took a picture, or like the guy took a picture of me and the community as well. So that's also very cool to show that kind of backstage pictures as well. And yeah, that's a bit how you can diversify your shots, right? Your portfolio. That's like an example of one project that you can like showcase in your portfolio. So I go a little bit further. And yeah, I wanted also to show you some examples actually of travel journalists and how they use their own portfolio to showcase their work. And yeah, probably maybe you heard about him, David Attenborough. He's like a bit, I call him like the dinosaur in the industry. So he basically created a lot of documentaries. You can see even like some famous travel journalists following him. So he's like a big inspiration, like in the industry. And even if you can see, he is a bit from older age, but still he has like Instagram with his own pictures to showcase like, his brands and also his work. So that's, why it's good to basically look up your favorite travel journalists and especially industry experts, so people that, work in the industry you want to work or you work already. I used to follow as a kid, maybe you know him, like Bear Grylls. He was like making documentaries about like survival skills, going to the outskirts of the world and basically jumping from the helicopter, and then he needed to survive and he was documenting that. So yeah, he has also websites, so you can take a look and see, hey, how does he use a portfolio, right? Some travel journalists showcase their books, some videography, photography, podcasts, can be everything, but almost on every website you'll find pictures. Here you can see from Martyna Wojciechowska, so that's like a typical travel photography portfolio, a bit like Instagram feed inspired, right? But then on a website. So that's a good way to start, for example, if you want to showcase your work. And here we start also with some people that we have inside our academy. I invited like some industry experts as well that joined like our platform. So try to use it, try to chat with them, get inspiration from them, check out their websites, because yeah, some of them were like published in very big media, and they worked with big clients, like the same like Cornelius, right? He worked also like with some very international big brands. So here you can see, for example, like Eva, she worked also with a lot of different brands. And it's very cool to check out her portfolio. So this is like a nice example of like about picture, for example. You can like travel to another country and then take a picture with someone else, right? It makes it very nice to see that intercultural like exchange. You can see also like another member of our academy, Duncan. If you check his website, he has a lot of travel guides, so written travel guides, but still, yeah, like pictures are very important to basically promote his books, right? So that's why he also adds like pictures on his website, not only basic text, right? So that's why nowadays pictures, videography, and writing are very important. Even if you only take pictures, still it's good to be able to write captions for like social media exposure or your website. Here we have another member. I think I had even the website open of him. Let me check second. Oh yeah, I think I closed already the. Don't know if I can show it now. Fortunately, I think I closed, but okay. I will show the PowerPoint. So yeah, basically you can see he also has a very like photogenic picture of him, I think, being in Japan and wrestling with a young boy. So that's quite unique, I would say. Oh, I need to find the PowerPoint. I think I lost it. I need to get back again. One moment. Where did it disappear? I think you can see it anymore, because I see I have other PowerPoints. Yeah, I will need to log into my email again, because I lost it somewhere. Okay, let me check. That's weird. I lost it somewhere. But yeah, maybe like meanwhile when I'm like searching for like the PowerPoint, are you Cornelius still here?
Yeah, I'm still here. The internet is weak, so.
Yeah, it's
But can
still
you
like
hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, I was just like curious, maybe would you like to share a little bit? Yeah, how, because yeah, you worked with big brands, right?
Mhm.
And how did you use like your portfolio or like pitching to basically connect with them? Because I can imagine it's quite difficult, right?
Yeah. So my experience was like this. The portfolio is really important, but not when you're talking to your clients. When you're talking to your clients, first you need to understand them. What is their
Mm-hmm.
need? Um, and you have to talk with them, do a brainstorming, and that is the moment where you're not showing your portfolio because you need to convince them with your ideas first. But
Mm-hmm.
later, the clients will check your portfolio. They will always have a look on it, and they want to know how you work, what's your style, for whom did you work, and then the portfolio is so important. It's
So
like
it's
they will have a look on your portfolio. It's not like you showing your portfolio directly, but they will have a look. So it
mhm,
must be really good, perfectly. So it can be also filled up with some personal work, for sure, to show your style. Mm, But yeah, it can be a mix, like um, your personal work, but also your customer work.
so basically you showcase, yeah, a bit like your work experience, previous project, and a bit your credibility as well, right? That you're like
Yeah, yeah,
legit, right? That you did some work before, that you had companies you work with, and that helps
yes,
you to land that new project, right? But it's not that you send directly the portfolio, it's more that you add the portfolio to your pitch, right? In the email or yeah, well, on social media.
right.
So
Right. You
that's a bit
always
what you
send,
mean.
yeah, you
Mhm.
always send the website or social media so they can have a look. One thing is
Mhm.
also important with your portfolio. As you said, do not put too many projects in your portfolio. Just the best can be like five, six, six clients or projects you already did. And then you put the most important in the beginning, the biggest clients or the best project you ever done. Um, yeah, it's like this.
Okay, so you put the biggest one up and the other ones a bit more down and not too many because otherwise people feel a bit maybe overwhelmed, right? So it's good to
Yeah,
keep it
that's true.
simple, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because you can lose them basically. Maybe they don't reply and if they just take a look and then yeah, sometimes I also like was thinking if it will make a difference if you have like an empty in like portfolio or like a link that sends people out of the email. Have you ever thought about that? Because the thing is like if you have like an empty in portfolio, that means you added like yeah, just like as appendix or just that it inside the email that you send. The thing is like people will not leave the email and they can reply very easy, right? But imagine if they go on your website and maybe they start to click through, maybe on a video or like just scrolling your blog post or something, then I'm always afraid maybe they will kind of forget to reply to the email. What do you guys
Mm.
think about that? Have you ever
You mean like a
experimented with it?
call to action button in on your website or on your email, or what do you mean?
It's more like basically that imagine like if you have your portfolio, right? So let's say your media kit or yeah, just like your work you did. Let's say your photography projects, right? 3 photography projects. You can send people out to your website or social media channels from your email, right?
Mhm.
Or you can add the pictures in kind of like yeah, like a cover or in the appendix in the email that people just open it inside the email, right? So that means that people will not leave the email, but they will stay inside the email and they have the button to send you a reply, right? But if you
Yeah,
send them out to Google or other platforms like social media, it's a chance that they basically fall into like the gap of like yeah, like content and lose their kind of yeah, the attention span is very short nowadays, so they can kind of go into the rabbit hole, like what I mean.
yeah,
They, so have you ever thought about it to instead maybe adding links? Maybe it's better to kind of empty it inside the email so people will not leave their mailbox basically.
yeah. Sure. They always need to come back to you, like on
Hmm.
LinkedIn or on Instagram, to keep in contact with you. So you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
always
yeah.
show your work, and they always will remind you. Yeah, important.
So it's important, basic. Even if they click out of your email, then that there is like a contact button, like let's say on your Instagram, LinkedIn, or website, so they can reach out to you very easy, right? Kind of call to action.
Yeah, yeah. You
It's
need
good to.
to put some call to action button on the email or website, so Yeah, like
Mhm.
3 or 4 call to action buttons, so they always can just text you easily.
I think it's sometimes kind of like a lot of people, I think, forget about that, like me included, that it's very important to give very easy instructions. Like people even visit your portfolio, they know like, okay, here's the button, here they can contact you, here they can call you, here they can write to you, right? Or order your product. I think, yeah, it's very important. Okay, go a little bit here further. I got the PowerPoint. So yeah, here we see like from Jeff, actually like his website, he was also like featured in like National Geographic, like Chubby Diaries. It's also very cool to check out his website. And he is also like, I also invited him to join the platform. So you can also like check out his profile. And yeah, it's very cool. If you ever want, you can also like send him like a message, because I think it's cool to have like some people that are really like working in the industry and people that are just starting out. It's very nice to kind of yeah, exchange ideas, right? Because you can learn from the beginners a lot, right? Because they have a very fresh mindset into the industry. And for people that have a lot of experience, of course, they went through all the work already, and you can learn from their mistakes and learn what, yeah, worked the best for them, right? Here we can also like, yeah, see a bit information about like, yeah, what's like the difference between like a portfolio and media kit. Does any one of you know that maybe? Oh, I go like here. Maybe Veronica, do you maybe know a difference between like portfolio and media kit?
No, unfortunately, I don't. Unfortunately, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but I saw a media kit about, for example, publishing houses, which sent from our Russian editions house, and I saw the cases, I saw the percentage of audience which visit their
Yeah.
magazine about like a commercial offer. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that portfolio, it means that, for example, I have a brand, for example,
Mm-hmm.
VB Guide, and there is information about my experience, about my results in the travel industry, and about how I can be useful for the customer. What can I do for my potential customer, and which services I could offer to
Mm-hmm.
them, and what I could offer, for example, for the like a travel agency, for the I don't know hotels, if I go and help them in developing, because people would like today, as you said, do you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. You
Good,
describe it
good,
very well. Mm-hmm.
yes, and. Today, as you said before, that people don't want to lose time and read lots of information. And
Mm-hmm.
even when you check media kit, and if it is very long, no one would like to read 50 slides from
Mm-hmm.
PowerPoint, and because they would like to read within 1 or maximum 2 minutes,
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's totally
they take
true.
this. Yes, they take decisions. Okay, we choose this proposal opportunity, or we didn't, or we cancel and delete for
Mm-hmm.
rubbish, like
I think,
that. The work, yes,
mhm.
yes, the
Yeah, I
work
think
big.
that's totally true what you say. Like it's good to keep it maybe one or two slides. Yeah, I
Yes,
think that's true.
and yeah, yeah, and true. And I would like to tell you that today world is very fast. The competition is very high. So I imagine that to the company or to the customer, there are a lot of people send their proposal, and you should offer people something unique, so they would like to
Yeah.
collaborate with you. Even
Hmm.
in the like a media stage in the travel blogging or travel journalism, because I shared with you my, for example, problem, because I totally understood that to these companies people are going to send from Europe, from US, and I understood it's a very high competition. So I need to create a unique proposal and show the difference why they should choose my myself like a candidate, like a proper and ideal candidate for themselves.
I
Thank you.
think that's really true. Yeah, I think it's very important to have like a specific niche, but also like your signature, right? Like, why should they choose you instead of someone else, right? So I think actually I will share here a bit back again, like Jeff, for example. He's a good example, like how you can make a niche, right? And also a bit based on your own signature. So you can see like his niche is basically people that are a bit chubby plus size, right? Because yeah, they struggle with the challenge of travel, right? I mean, imagine if you are just like a big guy or a big woman, right? And you're sitting in the plane and you just figure out that the plane is just like not made for you, that you're just like suffering, right? Or you need to occupy two seats. And how do you deal with that if you also want to go to Greece on holidays or to travel in the local bus, especially in countries like Asia, for example, when the people tend to be a bit smaller, right? So I think he made a very good example of like choosing the right niche, right? So people that yeah have like a challenge of traveling because of their size, basically. Um, and also like yeah, his like signature, right? You can see he's a very like friendly person. He approaches the locals, right? He's also like plus size, so people can relate to him. So I think he is a very good example of having a signature and yeah, creating like very authentic content. So I would definitely recommend to check out his website for like some ideas. And we'll go a little bit further. Yeah, here also like Eva, for example, I think she has also very cool name, for example, that's also like a signature. You can't read it because it's in Polish, or maybe Veronica, you can actually. But for Cornelius, I need to translate. So it's actually szpilki w plecaku. So that means actually heels in the backpack. So she basically kind of describes, yeah, how it is for like a female to travel, right? That you have your heels, you need to put it in the backpack because, yeah, you can't walk with them through the jungle, right? I think, yeah, she's kind of an example of like how should you travel as a woman. So she empowers women, right? So I think that's also a very good example of a niche, a signature. However, nowadays it's very difficult because a lot of people also like are into like van life or solo female travels. I would recommend it's very good to niche down into like specific regions, specific cities that you're like an expert in New York or in a specific neighborhood even, right? Or national park. So I think that's very important, like your geographical expertise and some topics, right? Which are maybe focused only on like wildlife in Costa Rica, for example. So that's also important, and your unique signature, that's more your own brand, the kind of content you create and how you profile yourself. I'll go a little bit down. So yeah, I want also to explain, like Veronica said very well, about the media kit. And I would then explain a little bit like what's the difference between the portfolio and media kit. No worries, you can be creative. You can just even like kind of blend the two of them together. But just that you know the difference, portfolio basically showcases your best quality work and your brand, right? So basically you can see it like this. Let's say the pictures you took, the videos, the writing, the blog posts, and you can add your own profile picture, maybe a small about, and then you showcase your content, and there's a contact information so people can basically connect with you. So here's an example, for example with, I just created a fiction name, Ryan Branson. I don't know if he exists, but let's say he's a travel journalist. So you can see his about. So he's focused on the destination Iceland, and he focuses on landscape travel photography. So that's his like niche, right? So normally, like when a magazine looks for travel journalists, and let's say I'm saying, yeah, I make content about landscapes all over the world. And then when you have Ryan Branson, he says, yeah, I'm specialized in Iceland landscape photography. And of course, like magazines that want to write something about Iceland, they would choose him, right? Because he is a specialist in that area. So here you can see how you can feature your projects, right? You can add the pictures, a little bit of text. So before we had like more like cultural projects, faces of different people. Here it's more like landscape and wildlife. And then at the end, it's very important like that people can contact you, right? So it can be very short, your portfolio. It can be even like one page. It could be also just like your Instagram like this, right? So that's like your photography portfolio. So basically that's like your images, right? Like your work, your projects you did. And with Media Kit, it's a bit different. So you can add there your portfolio, you can attach it to the Media Kit. It can be also one page, right? But in the Media Kit, you tell a little bit more about, like what's your mission, what's your vision. You add also your profile picture, small introduction, who you are. Like here you see Rachela Baudry, luxury travel journalist. Okay, so you know already she will not focus on like tribes or wildlife. She's more into like luxury hotels, accommodations, resorts, right? So you can see her mission is to help luxury hotels reach their loyal clients by providing SEO blog posts and PR article services, so they can like target the right market, spend less on marketing, and get more bookings while having clients that return every year, right? So that's like an example of like mission. Further, you can see she has here also like, so that was also like her mission, but at the same time her offer. You can see statistics, so you can see, what kind of audience she reaches. So you can see here 73% is UK, woman 45K, and 9% like engagement. So you can see, okay, if you buy her services, for example, social media exposure, then you know it will be focused on a woman from UK, for example. And on the right side, you can also see like testimonials. So that's basically the brands she worked with. And then, she could also add here like her contacts, and down, for example, her previous work, right, for the companies she did. So that will be more like a travel photography portfolio, right? So more like this. So you can do like the Media Kit and then adding like the work you did, basically. Or you can choose to, send one or the other one. That's all up to you how you want to design it. So about designing, so I have like a small challenge for you. I think, the best will be that I give it maybe as homework. So that will be, you can open like Canva. So here you can see the link. I can also put it in the portal later. So basically, you can use it to create your own travel photography portfolio using your best pictures, or you can create, I put it also as homework, like your Media Kit. So you can choose which one, or you can even do both, or kind of combine them together, and then you can upload it in the platform, and I can give you feedback. The next class we can also like showcase it. So that's very important if you want to pitch, right, to like magazines like National Geographic, for example. So it's good for to write your pitch down first, right? You need to think about why they should publish your picture or your reportage, and then you can add basically your portfolio, Media Kit, and also like your call to action, right? So that's a bit how you can use the Media Kit in your travel photography portfolio.
Igor, excuse me.
Yes,
Excuse
of
me.
course.
In Russia, they blocked Canva. So can you please download some how it's called?
Like a template, maybe.
Yes. Can you give me like a template, and I will record. I will insert the photos and write down the text. like, yes, give me some templates because I think 1 year ago they blocked because of the war,
Oh
and we
wow,
can't
I
use
didn't
it.
know they even blocked Canva. I didn't expect that actually. But of course,
Yeah,
I will
and
try to find a template and then you can fill it in. Or other alternative is like WordPress.com. So you can
but
basically.
yes, I will try, but because I will try this, but I need
Mhm,
to know how to work with different platforms because in Russia we
mhm,
work now with Tilda. It's I don't know if you know this platform Tilda, and
I don't know this one.
yeah, but like iCloud we don't now work also, and like this. So,
Hmm.
but Canva, I heard that it stopped working because we sometime before used, but now, but I will
Hmm.
double check. But in any case, share with me because I will insert text, please, and
Hmm.
like this. Okay.
Of course, of course. I will try to like download it and then you like can like fill it in. And if not, like other alternative will be maybe like you have some Russian platforms that you can use that you don't have any limitations. Or you can also
Maybe
check out,
PowerPoint. I don't know.
yeah, PowerPoint is also great. Nowadays you can make PowerPoints very visual. So PowerPoint, you can
Yes.
also make photography collages. So it's not that you need to use Canva. It was just like more like a proposition because it's very easy to use, but you can use PowerPoint. Yeah, I think PowerPoint should be very good. Yeah, I think with PowerPoint, because I'm making a lot of PowerPoints and yeah, I'm also like presenting now PowerPoints to you, right? So I think PowerPoint is great. So I think you shouldn't worry and just do it in PowerPoint if it's easier. And if you want to upload it like on a website, because of course for travel journalists it's very important to have a website, I would recommend WordPress.com. So that's more like on their website you can create your website, or you can
Mhm.
use your own hosting, so that WordPress.org, and other alternatives that are very easy for design. If you don't want to play a lot with the options, then it's like Wix.com or Squarespace. I put it here also in the
Vix
chat.
also blocked. Vix
It's
also
also
sent to me
blocked.
because
Wow.
yes, because Vix. I had my old website in Vix, and Vix
Hmm.
sent to me. I think couple months ago that we stopped working with Russia. So
Wow. Oh, that's really crazy. Like I didn't know it. It's like still. I thought it was just for like a moment, but they really like blocked everything. That's really crazy. But there must be like, yeah, some alternatives, or like maybe with the VPN, you can somehow like get access to it. For sure, there's some way around it.
okay,
But yeah, for
we
now,
will.
I think PowerPoint can be, to do that assignment, I think PowerPoint will be fine because you can send it in PDF, for example, or you can add even a screenshot from the PowerPoint inside the email if you pitch. So I think for now that should be okay, because the next module, actually from next week, we will start with travel blogging, making like a website so that we can check further for you which platform you can use in your case.
Okay, okay. If
Mhm.
you also can, uh, you could like send me templates also.
Of
Okay.
course, I will try to see if it's possible to like fill in like the content into the template on Canva if I'm like sent it to you. I think yeah, it should be
Okay.
possible, and if not, then you can like do the PowerPoint. So
Okay.
anyway, then you should be able to make one.
Okay.
Yeah,
No problem.
of course, no worries. I will just like close the recording so I can later upload it.